This is either round 2 or round 3 of the league, depending on whether one of my previous opponents gets registered. And let's see, I'm going first. Yeah, seems pretty good. Quicksand. This should be interesting. I got the awkward one drop on turn 2 here. That's fine though. A deck with quicksand is not going to move super fast. And actually, there's a good chance they play accumulated knowledge, so I'm going to do the opt. Yeah, I suppose I'll take that. And now I will, if this runs into a counter, I don't really care. I'll just go for it. All right. Come on, accumulated knowledge. Nice. That is what I wanted. I'm going to let it happen. And then still on my end step, I'm going to do my own. Hopefully they don't immediately have a second on hand, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to fire ice them on their upkeep, keep them off Parallax Tide. Oh, that's a relief. Glad it was an impulse. All right. So let's see what they do with their turn. Just land go. Interesting. What do I want? I don't want them to tide me. I need to opt into something, hopefully. Gush would be fine. Counterspell would be good. Mox Diamond is pretty solid. Yeah, I can work with that. Discard this Strand. And I could go for the Probe, but they probably have a counter. Maybe just the Dryad and then a Blessing. And then just hold this last island. That feels like it's probably right. Yep, Mana Leak is fine. They're going to get something with it anyway. And I want to recycle my accumulated knowledge and my 2 dryads. Melee Mage. Cool. End the turn. Yep, there's Tide. Did what I could. I just didn't find what I needed for it. I mean, I didn't leave any cantrips on. Well, I guess I could have dug deeper with probe, but still. Okay, yeah, nothing to chain. My stuff is gone. And they have their tide ready to replay immediately. I'm gonna run out the diamond while they don't have counter mana up. Yeah, there's my gush. Yeah, maybe I should have just probed without kicker. Though actually, it still would have been two things, and they still would have. Ooh, that's bad. They still would have countered one of them, and they would have just countered the probe, and I'd have a. I don't know. I'm not gonna work through it all. It doesn't matter. It's gonna be a long match, and I should just focus on playing fast. Yeah, if they don't put a clock on me, I can draw out of it. It's not easy, but ooh. Yeah, I guess I'll put them like that. But yeah, it's possible. Especially if they make a mistake. It's going to involve fetch lands, probably. Armageddon. Yeah, that's something I wish I could cast. Okay, yeah, they're really moving this in a direction where I'm going to be losing shortly, I think. Yeah, it's another blank. There's no way I win here. Okay, well, one down. I failed to protect myself. And I guess if I had gushed, if they're replaying the thing and they find a stifle, which they would have, they probably still would have gotten me with it. Anyway, I want these two. And I do still want some swords, but having a reduced number seems good. I want Pyroblast, absolutely. It's going to be extremely useful. What can I get rid of? I could get rid of the other swords. That would be okay. I still have Fire Ice, and I still have Tabo's Web, and I can still Pyroblast Fairy Conclave because it counts as blue. I can still disenchant Mishra's Factory. I think this ought to be sufficient. Yeah, I'm not gonna think about Furnace. I don't feel like that's a real opportunity here. Yeah, this all looks good. Yeah, having just two more hard counters, that's really going to help prevent a repeat of that unfortunate tide situation. So yeah, even though, I mean, Gush decks with Mox Diamond are not typically the best decks to use tide against, I mean, it really lined up there. and I got completely destroyed by it. Not sure what the opponent boards in this sort of matchup. Kind of wish I had more answers to Powder Keg. That's going to be a card to Meddling Mage, I think. Yeah, they're really taking their time, agonizing over the trade-offs. There we are. Yeah, good enough. See them thinking about their choice. That's encouraging. They kept. Anyway, Portent. Yeah, I don't want those cards. There we are. Interesting. I'm going to portent myself again. Ooh, okay. I want the Gush, and then the Armageddon, and then the Island. Then, Diamond, pitching the Plains. After that, play Meddling Mage on Powder Keg. Right, productive turn. Start with an attack. Play Flooded Strand. I'm going to use it now. We'll see if they stifle. That would be okay. Alright. So to follow that up, I'm going to get my Strand and 2 Portent back into the deck. Hey, another island. Excellent. Alright. Attack with Mage. I'm going to Gush now. go for an Armageddon. Probably won't resolve, but I'm just going to do it anyway. All right. They've got Landon done. I'm just going to play Island and feel like they have Fact or Fiction. I'm not going to mess around with that. Yeah, I'll play another Mage. Chain of Vapor. Yeah, that's fine. Guess I'll name Powder Keg again. And then I'm going to play it safe and pass. I don't want them. I feel like Fact or Fiction is just their way out. And I'm not sure if they kept the Tides in, but it'd be pretty solid here. Interesting. I'm going to break this right now. I'm going to stifle it. Not immediately. Then I'll play another Mage. Alright, yeah, that's fine. I mean, they're not getting ahead doing this stuff. Just keep naming Powder Keg. And I have a feeling they probably boarded out Force Spike. I'm just going to portent myself. Ooh, okay. Put them back like this. Okay, begin with Gush. Probe, that's interesting. Not really in a spot for it right now. I'm going to go for Web. Interesting that it resolved. Yeah, I'm just going to pass the turn with my counters up. I don't want to mess around. I'm in a really good spot here. Actually, I don't know. I'll play another Meddling Mage. If they counter it, that's okay. Yeah, it feels better than discarding. Okay, that's it. Portent. Nice. Yeah, I guess I should have put the opt on top. It doesn't matter, though. Yep, AK for 1 is fine. Okay, end the turn. Just grinding it out. I need to play fast. Don't want to time myself. Here we go. That is what I'm talking about. We're digging into their land. Yep, it's becoming increasingly secure. I'm just going to pass the turn again. Chain, yeah, that's fine. I'll just counter their keg. It's probably all their chains, too. Yeah, maybe I should have countered the chain. I don't know. I guess we would have fought over that. Anyway, doesn't matter. Just need to move along with my game. I'm in a great position here. Yep, that's a concession. Okay, good. Well, that went very well. Do I want to change anything? Not even slightly. Yeah, maybe I should have, like, I don't know, a second disenchant over the Ray or something. I really love Ray of Revelation, though. I don't want to have fewer than 2. I feel like with with the whole 75, I just don't want to play less of anything. I mean, I haven't put a ton of matches in, but it's just super hard to find something that I'd willingly cut. I don't know, maybe I could go down to 3 Hydroblast, but I really like that it's on color. I don't need one of my fixtures for it, and it's super efficient. It's just hard to pass up on. Anyway, I'm going to keep that. Huh. Do I open myself up to Stifle here? No, I won't. If they want to force spike, they can spike my Mox Diamond. I have no objections to that. Nice. Okay, so that is a no. And now I can freely crack my fetch land. Portent for some follow-up. Oh, Pyroblast and Disenchant. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm not going to bluff Daze. Rather just save the time. Do I want to disenchant that now? Would I rather play Corian Dryad? I'd rather play the Dryad. Yeah, that makes sense. I'll do it this way. I'll try to inconvenience the opponent if I can. Use the Strand here. And yeah, I can let them keg. It really isn't that big of a deal. Impulse, that's okay. Quicksand. I'm gonna opt. Counterspell, I think I can take. And I'm gonna go out on a limb and play the first Accumulated Knowledge. That was interesting. Yeah, I guess I'll gush. Nice. Very good. And now, yeah, they better have something, because I'm going to go for Probe with Kicker. I've got an AK for 2, and then they're just going to get hit by the Probe. That's cool. Oh, misdirection. Okay. So I draw 3, discard 4, in exchange for them getting rid of 2 cards. That is not terrible. What am I going to get rid of here? Fire Ice seems like one. And maybe just an extra opt. And extra opt again. And maybe just Meddling Mage. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. There we have Tide. Would I rather disenchant it or pyroblast it? I'd rather disenchant it. Hopefully they don't have another misdirection. Alright. Yeah, they should have targeted their own lands. But that doesn't really matter. Now I'm going to go for Dryad. Try to sneak that under. And then end the turn. Powder Keg. Bit inconvenient, but not a big deal. Right, I'm just going to pass the turn. Flashy back flash, it looks like. Alright, just end the turn again. Blowing the keg. Alright. Another keg. That is okay. I will play another Dryad. And end the turn. Web. Interesting. I'm going to go for Probe without Kicker. Just because I have a Mox Diamond on hand. Yeah, that feels correct. that happens. We have factory, then we have factory. Nice. Yeah, this is a good opening. I'll take the damage, move to my turn. Now, I'm going to play web. Counter target spell if it's blue. I'll play the accumulated knowledge. Play that, and now I'll pass. That'll put me in a really good spot. I just need to find, like, any creature, basically. Now I'll just play that and pass. Hardcast Gush on the end step. Interesting. Yeah, I don't want to spend life points from City of Brass if I don't have to. Now I'm going to target Pyroblast. Counterspell and other counterspell. Oh, that's not the right one. Right, and I suppose that's it. Okay. Yeah, I can live with that. Nice. Excellent. I'm going to play my own AK. Tons of cards. Play an island. Play Meddling Mage. I'm going to name, I guess Chain of Vapor. And now I will blessing my blessing and a disenchant. Well, I guess an Meddling Mage and a disenchant. Yeah, that feels correct. All right, it's time to start attacking. Got just over 4 minutes left. That should be enough. Tide. I will counter spell. Don't want them bottlenecking me on mana, even though I would have some left over. Okay, nice. Plus I don't have time to think about stuff. Here we are, name powder keg. Now I will, whatever, I'll just play another web. discard one of my extra cities. Then I'll portent myself, I suppose. Yep. We'll pile them up like that. Then I'll gush. And I'll play another Meddling Mage. This one will be on Dominate. A card that perhaps I should have in my sideboard, but man, like I can almost find room with Mono Blue Dreadnought, but with all these colors at my disposal, it's just really difficult to justify the slot. What are they doing here? Tide. Yeah, that's fine at this point. Yeah, I'll try to disenchant it. Yep, that's fine. That for a red. I'm not going to go deeper than that. If they have like Stifle, 2 Stifle, or Stifle and backup, then that's, I mean, do I want to go to 1? No, I'd rather just have the Pyroblast up. I don't want to go to 0 Pyroblasts. Yep, another Stifle. That's fine. No, I just killed them. Okay, well, that went pretty well. The blasts were really key there.